Hey YouTube, what is up? How is everybody doing today? I had one of those weird things with like my throat again, so if I sound a bit weird or a bit wheezy, that's why, so just ignore that if you can hear it. I don't think it's going to be too big of an issue, I hope not anyway, but this is going to be my album roundup of 2022. I've got one more album thing coming out before the end of the year. We are doing Rooms of Perception with Shinigami, like I promised to do. It's such a long time ago now. There's a few other bands I did want to do, but either they didn't have lyrics, or it's just time. Like, with Patreon requests and albums and everything else, man, it takes a lot of time just to get everything done. And edited, especially since I've put in lyrics onto most of my videos now as well. At least on the breakdowns style content as well, to be fair with you, but still. This is how we're going to rate it. These are all the albums that I've done this year, so you see on the... Let's go. See that list right there? That list right there? It's all the albums that I've done so far this year. And I can't put Rooms of Perception in there just for obvious reasons, because I haven't done it yet, so I don't know. But I know for sure it's not going to get Album of the Year, just from the one song that I heard. I could be mistaken on that, but I highly doubt it. So yeah, first thing I'm going to do is take off 7 Spires, because that's kind of a BS one, because everybody knows 7 Spires are one of my favourite bands in the world, right? So let's take 7 Spires completely off that, as everybody knows that already. That feels like a cop out to me personally if I do that. Then we've just got all of these. So which ones did I do? I did like Nocturnal Bloodlust, I did Kizu, Dexcore, a Worm Shepherd, Shadow of Intent, Deviloof, Nitheful, Lorna Shore, Epica, Saphath, Ethereal Shroud, tallah, and icdd, man. So where would you guys put it out of the ones that I've done? Where would you put what, man? Let me know in the comments down below. And we're just gonna go through it. Like, I've got an idea of where I want to go, but I'm just gonna speak through all of them. So we're gonna just like give ourselves a little bit of space on this document, give ourselves a little bit of room there, and then just go through each one. So we need a top 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So we're gonna go top to bottom. I think is the best way to really cover it. So the best way to cover it is just to go straight to the top. So my favourite one that I've done this year, that I've done very, very, very recently, and I'm still listening to quite a bit, is Ethereal Shroud with Trisagion. This album has like such great depressive black metal vibes about it, and it just was not working. It has such like great atmospheric black metal vibes, depressive black metal, emotional black metal vibes about it. It's one of those awesome albums that you experience it, you can feel the emotion, the pure passion, the pure everything else going through it. And it just has like a special place. Like, it's one of my top albums of this decade, never mind of this year. Like, it's just that kind of an album. It's just that amazing and beautiful and well done. And whichever other way you want to go about it, it's well worth listening to if you love black metal, especially the more atmospheric styles of black metal that have pure emotion put into it. Then this is totally for you. It's totally up your alley. All of these have full album reviews going within it. It has full album things with it. So, man, if you guys want to go check those out, I'll leave some links in the comments or in the description. Probably in both. Just off the top, probably the top 5 albums is probably going to get the links in there. So, like number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. And then they're all in playlists anyway on my channel. They're very, very easy to find if you want to check out any of the others. And then, yeah, let's keep going. So, we have number 2. It has to be dexcore. Why is my cut not working on this, man? That is weird. This program does not like me, does it? There we go. Much easier to just type it, to be fair. But still. Yep. Dexcore is getting my number 2 spot. Just because Dexcore are a band that I absolutely adore. They were my number 1 on Spotify. Like, you know, just from pure playage over the year. Like, I was on the top 0.1% of all listeners. Which for me is absolutely insane. Just like, so much time spent on them. And they are one of my favourite bands. I listen to them almost on the daily basis. Especially when I'm training or working out. Or whichever way you want to go about it. Just when I'm trying to do anything, man. Like, Kagami is just a great vocalist, especially. And that's cool in Kazuki's Brutal Orchestra. and a bunch of other bands that he's in, but especially in dexcore. Just, I love his voice. I love his version or their version of Visual Kei, and their style of Japanese music, metalcore into deathcore, and it's just a very, very well put together, well rounded album with brutality, with a lot of songs that have a lot of melody within them too. So have like some brightness and some darkness, which is always a great mix to really go into. And it's definitely worth checking out. If you've not heard much on the Japanese metal scene, I would highly recommend starting with a band like Dexcore. They'll really, really get you in to the scene. And now we have a choice between either Launcher, or icdd, or Nocturnal Bloodlust. Now that's where my issue comes. Like, I don't know where to put them. Like, I don't know. Like, between all these, like, I mean, between Argus, between icdd, and between the Pain Remains, my most played is Launcher by a lot. But the actual feels, the actual power and emotion when I first heard it, would probably be more Nocturnal Bloodlust, but I think the fairest way is to do it by what I listen to the most, which would definitely be Launcher with Will, and just the album that people seem to very much misinterpret. Or at least the trilogy they seem to misinterpret for some reason. I don't know why they misinterpret it, but it's just how it happens. No, this is like not copying or cutting for anything, man. But yeah, this album is the best lyrical album of 2022. In pure writing. In the way it makes you feel, in the way that it shows everything. Like, the guy being trapped within his own world and his head between being trapped within it, not being able to escape from it, and just losing control with reality. Ending in the Pain Remains trilogy, with him burning down his internal world, with him abandoning his godhood in a sense, and burning down that world inside of his head in order to escape back to reality, to finally be free of the restraints or the self-imposed restraints on himself. And a beautiful album. A lot of people will say it's overrated. A lot of people will say a lot of things about it that is repetitive, etc, etc, etc. But what I say to those people, generally speaking, is that if you've like listened to it, but you've never taken into account the meanings behind it, man, go to give it another chance. Go listen to it. Just listen to the lyrics. Like, just appreciate it. Appreciate the passion we'll put into it, the band put into it. You can hear it. It's a very, very, very well done album. It shows the contrast between CJ's era and Will's era, and it shows why Will deserved to be there, where he is. As much as I hate that CJ's not in Lorna Shore anymore, it shows why Will is a very good stand-in, like, replacement, whichever way you want to go about it, and he does a very good job about it. I'm very impressed with the way Will has handled everything, to be fair with you, but still. Okay, number 4 has to be Argus, so, because it was between those two. Like, that's just like one of the standout Japanese bands once again, man. Like, Nocturnal Bloodlust went away from their Visual Kei roots and into straight deathcore and metalcore, and they just made it so good. They made it just stand out and be amazing. It's one of those it's one of those things which you don't expect. Like, the previous albums were amazing, but for me personally, I prefer their non-VK to their VK. Their VK was cool, but their non-VK is just that next level up. That next level that they're just like standing on a pedestal, or whichever way you want to go about it, right? So 5, man. So we have icdd, we have kizu. I listen to a lot of kizu as well. And yeah, I don't know. The thing is, like, with deviloof, because a lot of people would probably expect me to put deviloof much higher, right? But that album specifically, I haven't had the need to want to re-listen to it since I did the reaction to it. And that just tells me basically all that I need to know about it. Like, if I don't have a reason to put it in there, then I probably have a reason not to, if that makes any kind of sense, but still. Let's see, between icdd and kizu, man, what do I listen to more? About the same, actually. It's literally about the same. So what I might do is split. these two plus it. That way we have kizu and we have icdd. Just as joint 5 because they're about even, in my opinion. Like, that's really where I would really do it. So if we do that, like 5/6, right there. Okay, then where are we gonna go from this? So we definitely have to put Worm Shepherd next. We definitely have to put Worm Shepherd in 7th. Elegy is not that. Nitheful have to be... Actually, I might put Nitheful in 7th, to be fair with you. I don't know. There we go. Nitheful have a good place there. Yep, that's really good. Like, Nitheful were amazing, but it's a one and done. That's the thing, like a Nitheful. There's no re-listenability to it. Worm Shepherd, I listen to a little bit, but it's not something I listen to on the daily as amazing as Worm Shepherd are. Like, I have to be in the right mood to listen to it. So for me, it's not quite hitting where it's meant to. Okay, so there is Saphath also. Like, Saphath on first listen, I thought it would be album of the year, but as I just listened to it more, like, I haven't been re-listening to it as much, mostly just because of the way that the songs link together. I think because I know there's a few problems in places. Like, even though it's my channel intro and stuff like that, and I do love Saphath stuff, I think their next album is going to be the one that's going to clinch it for them. This one isn't quite there, but they're definitely getting number 9. After all of this, man, like, they definitely don't deserve to be as low down as they are on this list, but like, if you didn't have any of these bands and you just had Saphath and like a few other bands, like if you had Tallah in there, the new Epica album, the new Shadow Intent album, like, Saphath would be number 1. But because of the specific albums that I've chosen to do this year, then it makes sense, right? But still. Damn, have we been going for 12 minutes already? What the hell? How does, like, time keep going so quickly while we're doing this? But still. Okay, then, so then we just got to speed this up, right? So, Deviloof is going next. So, Deviloof is getting number 10. The Omega EP is probably getting number 11. Shadow of Intent might be, well, yeah, there we go. Shadow of Intent is getting number 12. Tallah isn't getting the lowest position in this list. Tallah is getting 13th, and Epica is getting the very, very, very last one. What I'm assuming is that Rumours of Perception is probably going to end up somewhere around here. Like around this range here, you see, where it's like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Somewhere around there. Like, it's not going to be album of the year. I don't think it's going to be top 3, top 5, so I don't think it's going to impact it very much, in my opinion, but if it does, I'll make a new video. That doesn't bother me, man, whatever. As of the 12th of December, before I do Rumours of Perception, this is my top 14. So this is like all the albums that I've done this year. I ranked and rated into what I believe is the best I've heard and the worst I've heard. Tallah isn't, like, they don't deserve to be 13th, man. Don't get me wrong, but I don't like metal. I don't like new metal. I just don't. It's just not my thing. As much as, like, I've enjoyed all the interaction and the people and everything else on Tallah, like, you guys all know that I just don't like it. Like, in terms of, like, pure musicality. And then with the one-sided kind of story with it, it kind of, like, dropped points with me. But if you love new metal, this band would probably be your number 1, number 2, number 3, easily. So that is literally just a me thing. I apologise for my breathing. Just part of my CP, unfortunately, sometimes when I eat and my throat doesn't work properly, and, you know, the normal stuff that happens with random stuff, but still. So yeah, this is my top, man. So number 1 is Ethereal Shard with Trisagion. Number 2 is dexcore with 18. Number 3 is Lorna Shaw with the Painted Maidens. Number 4 is Nocturnal Bloodlust with Argos. And number 5/6 is Kizu and icdd, man, with amazing albums. Definitely worth checking out. Any of these bands, apart from probably Epica, I'll be checking out. The Epica EP was good. Was it on par with anything else they've done? Not really. It was better than Omega, but it wasn't anything to shout home about, in my opinion, anyways, or whichever way. So, like, Epica was the only one I was really disappointed by, to be fair with you. Like, I expected Epica to be better than what they turned out to be, but still, I think that's it. Yeah. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys have had a sick and awesome year. I got a lot more stuff to do. I've got more Patreon requests. I've got an album thing left to do. I got 2 more streams to do. Got a New Year's Eve stream if you guys want to tune in for that. And yeah, more details will come out in the future. Join my Discord. Have a Patreon if you want to support me financially, just to help make the transition or to make YouTube more of a full-time thing. That'll be sick. But still, either way, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, evening or night, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy. If I don't forget my